All right, y'all, another evening reflection. So I've been doing a lot of work and working through some of the structural issues so that I can start sharing content, meaning like software and support systems and all that stuff. So real heady work today, a lot of brain work. But in uploading a few videos as well, I was looking at my old videos and I saw this video that I posted like 2 or 3 weeks ago talking about working through some of my fears. It had a lot of views and I was like looking at it compared to the rest of my videos, and I noticed a difference. I was just wearing a t-shirt and panties and I was like, maybe I just embrace it, right? If you all are willing to listen to me here, if this is comfortable for you. I am comfortable in myself always. So I'm embracing this. Welcome back. I also felt it a theme because as I was looking at that video, I didn't first realize that maybe that was the reason that people are watching, is because I have on just a t-shirt and panties. But so I was listening for the content. What was I saying? And as I listened, there was a part of it that I wanted to clarify a little bit deeper and share with you in reflection. But I wanted to also point out that in that last video, I spoke about working through my fears, and one of those fears being the fear of actually being seen. And then I get these likes. These not likes, there wasn't that many likes, there was views, right? But that's being seen. And so thank you for helping me work through my fears. I'm stepping into the unknown, the mystery of it, and trying to do so with curiosity, because anything begun in fear is not fully aligned with me anyway. I would say it's not aligned with who any of us are. Fear is a conditioned response that we've gained through evolution and years of practice on this plane of existence, because it's a harsh environment out here. Having been here for over 40 years, I can attest to the vastness of possibility in being human and experiencing our planet. Nature, the wild in nature and the wild in domesticated world. So anyway, thank you all for being a witness to me. And I wanted to go further into, I talked about like the reason I had this fear around being seen is because last time I was seen, there was so much criticism around just criticism of, was I suitable? Was I a possible president or not in people's eyes? And some of the responses would irritate me to no end. And one of those that I mentioned in that video was being called a lesbian. I was not offended to be called a lesbian. Let me be very clear about that. I am who I am in my sexuality, and I'm not offended by somebody calling me that. What upsets me about that was seeing and realizing that that is a mentality that is held in our country, that if I am a lesbian, I am no longer qualified to be the president of the United States. That's the issue I have, because it's like once you see that, you're like, oh shit, we're in trouble. If we're looking at, if we are deciding that the president cannot be a lesbian, we are excluding a lot of possibilities, and we're doing it off of a judgment of one's sexuality that has no weight or reference to one's intellect and wisdom or heart-centeredness. Like, seriously, people. So I wanted to clarify, that's what was disappointing, not that I was called that. But in the beauty of that whole experience is, and I'm working on my book, writing a book around that experience, is that because I am who I am, a sociologist, and I'm taught to observe without emotional attachment to any type of outcome or have responses that are personal. I'm able to see a bigger picture. So I learned a lot about myself, and I learned about us as a nation and some of our pitfalls, and that being how we, not even the election process, but the determining of physical fitness or mental fitness, or the fitness of a president. I was just joking with one of my vet friends tonight about how we think that there should be a physical fitness test for being the commander-in-chief, like even generals, because he was in the Marines, so he knows. And any of my vets will tell you, like the general all the way up. And I don't know if it's how it is today. This is like 20 years ago, I was in the military. But that time, when we would do our company runs and our battalion runs and we'd do the unit runs, the generals were out there, the sergeant majors were out there, the majors were out there. Like everybody who had high rank, they still did the physical fitness. They had to be. They were like, this is war. This is a system tried and true. The reason that they are generals is because they've done every single grunt work to get to that space, right? They went through the ranks. So there's major respect in that. And they carry a heavy amount of discipline when you do all that stuff to get there, right? So yeah, we were just joking about like, that should be a part of it. There should be a physical fitness test. If you cannot pass it, I'm sorry, you are not eligible to be the president. And that, joking a bit, right? That's not necessarily the aptitude either. I think it started as a joke around even the mental fitness. Like there should be a test for that too. Both of our last two presidents have had some deterioration. The current one and the last one have had some deterioration of their mind and capabilities to make sound decisions. Whew, it's, y'all know, you see it. Like there's clearly some degeneration or deterioration happening. I think they're in this most recent one. I don't know about the other guy, but I think there was, he's had a lot of drug use over the years. So that also can affect your brain functioning and decision making over long term. So just thoughts from my room tonight and my reflections on the day. Thanks for joining me.